everyone, Johnny Bell here. Welcome to Action Buzz, bringing you what the world is searching for in the world of action sports. Well, it's officially the fall, and although searches for snowboarding aren't skyrocketing like they clearly are for, say, the Paris Hilton or Screech sex tape searches, they are heating up. So to fill that empty void in your snow soul, we've decided to give you a little history lesson on how the great sport of snowboarding came to us. And to start it off proper, here's a sweet little 80s clip floating around the web right now. The good old days of one-piece Yoglos, Oakleys, and zinc oxide. Now, believe it or not, snowboarding has been around for almost a century and clearly evolved into a billion-dollar industry of gear and apparel that many were skeptical about in its early years. For more on the history of the sport, we're going to turn now to our action correspondent, Barney McDouche, who is also a century old himself. Barney?
Don't think that would slid by me there, Johnny Come Lately. We're seeing where you're at in 5, you cretin. But yes, the history of snowboarding. No one knows this better than yours truly, me, Barney McDoobs. Basically, believe it or not, the first snowboard was created around 1929, where a guy named MJ Burchett hacked out a piece of plywood and made makeshift bindings with horse reins and a clothesline. Now, nothing really boomed from it until 1965, when a chemical gas engineer named Sherman Poppins stuck 2 skis together as a present for his daughter and called it the Snurfer. Here you see a picture of the Snurfer on border.it. And folks, this is where the revolution began. Many of Poppin's daughter's friends cried for their own, and before you knew it, Poppin licensed the idea and thousands were sold. He even took it a step further and created Snurfer competitions. Now from here, a guy named Dmitry Milovich took over. During his wild college years, Milovich would get completely loaded with his friends and slide down the slopes on cafeteria trays. Didn't take long for Eureka to hit, and Dmitry started the godfather of snowboard companies called Winterstick. And all those doubters out there who think you can't accomplish anything while on the sauce. From here, modifications were made in the 70s and 80s to the Snurfer by guys like Jake Burton and Tom Sims, which pretty much developed the sleds that we ride today. Well, folks, that's the history lesson for today. Back to that monotonous flavor of the week guy.
Hey, McDoobs, I was just kidding around, man. I think you're super sweet.
Johnny, you consider yourself a man?
Yeah, I guess.
You ever sip a fine glass of Thunderbird Cabernet, chase back with a little moonshine on a Sunday morning at the quarter slot?
What are you talking about, bro?
Yep, you're an adolescent, Johnny.
Okay.
A prepubescent fairy boy who...
Okay. All right, McDoobs, enough.
From his
That's
mother.
all we got for Action Buzz today. I'm Johnny Bell. Get out there and enjoy the ride.